I'm starting off today's Hermitcraft episode by going to bed. See you later. Around about 10 hours later, I've returned back to the server with a freshly filled redstone box. We now have a decent supply of redstone. I think it should last us, hopefully, for the next 4 or 5 days. We do go for a lot of the stuff. Anyway, welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. This is episode 127. Today we are going to be working on an emerald factory. I really want to create a place where we can get tons upon tons of emeralds and also tons upon tons of nether quartz as well. So we're going to be combining the pair of those things into one building. And let's hope that this system works a tiny bit better than the villager trading hall that we recently created. And you know what, I was going to build this freestyle, but let's pop through into the redstone testing world. I don't want to take any chances here. And I'm quite glad that I did, because my idea for the system doesn't seem to be working that well. These zombies are just really terrible at attacking the villagers. Like, they just do not want to convert them into zombies. It's like they're not bothered. Useless. Useless, the lot of you. I want all of you dead. A few minor modifications later, I actually have a system that works quite well. So here we have a little mason's trading booth. So this will allow us to get plenty of nether quartz. All we have to do is just right click on the villagers as they run past, and we can start trading with those guys. And then when we want to convert them into zombies so that we get cheaper trades, we just unleash this dude, and eventually he'll get hit on one of the villagers and convert him into a zombie. That didn't take very long, and then as soon as one of the villagers gets converted into a zombie, I mean, that's basically it for the villagers. They get converted almost instantly because of the kind of chain reaction effect. And as you can see, these guys will chase around for a little bit, but eventually, yeah, reach this stage here where all of them are zombies, and then all we have to do is right click this button in the center. That will drop out a potion of weakness, and then we can go around and we can cure up all of these guys with golden apples, and then we will have really cheap trades for everyone inside this villager trading booth. I think we can all agree that that's pretty cool. But I would like to experiment with one upgrade. You see, this guy right here is running around like crazy. He's a little bit difficult to keep track of. I've already tried dropping the zombie down by 1 extra block using double piston extenders, and that doesn't seem to have helped. So I've added in this redstone circuit right here, which covers him up, and that does seem to chill out our villager. Yeah, he seems perfectly happy now. So what we need to do is we need to make a system that first off retracts all of those blocks, and then it pops up our double piston extender and puts our zombie in place. Okay, that is a problem. He's gone through the blocks. Many design iterations later, this is the best thing that I could come up with. It's smaller than the original design, it works way better, the zombies get killed quite quickly, and also when they're villagers, they don't get distracted by this zombie down here. All in all, it's perfect. And boy oh boy, am I glad that I decided to build this in my redstone testing world as opposed to trying it out on the Hermitcraft server, because that would have been a nightmare. I probably would have given up. Now, in terms of where I'm actually going to be building this thing, originally I was planning on constructing it in the industrial district. That's where it made sense to me. You know, we've got all the farms here and everything like that. But then I thought to myself, it would actually be quite cool if I added something new to the outside of my base. This area down here hasn't really been receiving too much love. I mean, you can see, this is where I originally planned to have the entrance to the villager trading halls, and then we went for something completely different, and that kind of skeleton has just been left there. So we need to do something in this space, and I think having the 3 pods in this area here built up nicely could end up looking really cool. Now, it's actually a bit of a shame to be getting rid of this little module because I quite like the way that it looks. But obviously, first things first, we need to start with a clean slate here. And actually, I kind of constructed these things in a number of different areas and then ended up settling on this, which is, yeah, it's the formation that makes the most sense. And actually, it kind of rounds off this area here quite nicely, because I always said that I wanted to leave this area open just so that we could still see a little bit of the terraforming that Scar did, which to this day is still one of the coolest parts of my base. Now, design-wise, I've come up with a bit of an interesting idea for how this thing's going to look. So obviously, it's going to be using the standard cyan terracotta and white concrete. And then, almost in a similar vein to this, it's going to be a fairly similar vibe. I'll try my best to do a sample. This is not a sample, but I just wanted to point out that this cyan terracotta right here is going to be housing all of the redstone. So if my maths is correct, which let's be honest, it probably isn't, knowing me, if my maths is correct, then all of the redstone should fit inside here, and then the villagers will be up on this level. But as I say, that relies on my maths being correct, which once again, it likely isn't. How does this look then? This is what I'm referring to as the waffle build. I'm curious to see what it actually looks like now that it's constructed. It looks a little bit like a waffle. It does look kind of cool, though. I almost think we need to reduce the waffliness by maybe taking out these elements. So then we just have... yeah, there's less waffle going on and just, you know, 4 bigger squares. Maybe that could improve things a tiny bit. Maybe if we put some glass into those holes as well. I mean, it's so difficult. That, does that look better? I actually know if that looks better. God, this is tough. After putting my face firmly into my desk for about 20 minutes, I think this might be the one. Quartz slabs on the top. We've got a nice lighting effect from the end rods up at the top there too. I actually think it looks pretty cool. And I imagine with 3 of them, potentially of varying heights, I might play around with that. I think it could end up looking really, really awesome. Okay, let's get the redstone and everything into this one first before we start work on those other ones. Honestly, cherry red being out of stock it's been a traumatic experience for me. Okay, I've had to craft my own redstone resources for like the past week and a half now. I don't know what to say. I've just done pretty much all of the redstone, and it's made me realize that actually, yeah, the cyan terracotta does not go high enough. It's way too small, so we're going to have to boost up the cyan terracotta, and then we're going to have to boost up the rest of the build, and I've been thinking maybe we should make these just a tiny bit taller anyway, because this feels... I mean, I'll be honest, it feels a little bit cramped, doesn't it? Like, it's very close to your head, so I'm going to try and build these up, make them a little bit more kind of magnificent, I guess you could say, and, yeah, it should end up looking a lot better. This has taken far longer than I ever expected it to. I genuinely thought this was just going to be plain sailing, but there has been problem after problem after problem with this thing. This is a huge improvement. It doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic anymore. It feels a lot more open, a lot more airy. I really, really like this. I tell you what I don't like, though. The storage system that I've got for this. Look at the size. The ratio of mob farm to storage system. Maybe that is something that we should probably work on in today's episode. Yeah, definitely that needs to be done too. Anyway, this place is now finally coming together. After a lot of time put into it, so we've got the dispenser up at the top. I have got all of the redstone in place that controls all of the block stuff. The only thing that I need to add in now are the stone cutters, and I really can't remember how you make a stone cutter. Like, that is one of those crafting recipes that has never gone into my head. I can't even see where it is. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. It's literally just 3 stone and a piece of iron. That's like the easiest crafting recipe ever. I am pretty chuffed with this, though. I am fairly chuffed with it. Now, we just need to get ourselves some villagers in there, and then a zombie. I'm not actually certain how I'm going to get the zombie in there just yet. That actually ended up being a little bit easier than I was expecting. I'm hoping... Does he pick up items? He does! Oh my word, I've gotten so lucky straight away! Come with me, my friend! I do apologise for how precarious I've made your bridge, but you seem to be managing it just fine. Let's just hop over here. And... I mean, I'm guessing... Can he even get in there? No? Okay. So, in here... I've fallen in, but I have jump boost. So wait, so I can just... I should just be able to jump out. Nice! That was like the easiest thing ever! And then I realised that actually the entire zombie platform thing had been built wrong. So I had to rebuild it. Thankfully, this little dude managed to stay alive. And if we flick the lever, it's all working good. So now he is just a little green square, completely harmless. And then when we flick the lever again, he becomes a lethal killing machine. With a cinder block. That's a terrifying weapon for him to have. I'm sorry, Mr. Villager in the back here. I mean, you're gonna be one of the first victims, mate. There's no easy way for me to say this. The good news is, though, is that once you have been a victim, I'm gonna cure you up, and then you're really gonna like me. We're gonna be like best friends, and you're gonna give me good deals, but I'm gonna keep you in this. I know this could be a little bit distressing for you, but just take a look at how good my little boat transportation system is. I mean, yeah, You have to be impressed by this. I mean, come on now. With villager 1 in the hole, I'm wondering how many do we actually get? 4? Maybe 5? Let's go with 5. I think 5 is probably a good number. I'm trying my best to actually pick up villagers without getting 2 of them in one boat. There's just so many just around here. I've just remembered I don't actually want stonecutters. I want these guys to be farmers. Do farmers need composters? I can't actually remember. And man, composters are expensive. Like, they require fence posts, which are already expensive, and you only get... It seems like a strange crafting recipe to me. Just ignore that. Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here at all. Things could be going better. I've lost 2 of my villagers after actually replacing all of them because I broke the boat and then the zombie killed all the other villagers. We are here. We have got 5 villagers in the system. When I break this boat, what's going to happen? Where is the villager going to go? In the correct place. Oh my goodness, I could not be happier. Now, as long as we don't lose any, that is it. We've done it. This thing's finally constructed. If I flick this lever here... Oh no, I need to think this through. I don't have anything to cure them. That would have been so silly. But at least we know it works. Okay, it works. And you know what? It looks cool as well. We have succeeded, finally. So I think we're going to take a quick break from the villager things for now because it's been driving me up the wall a tiny bit. And we're going to head over to that new mob spawner that we've constructed and actually do some form of half-decent storage system. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, just something better than a single chest. But actually, before we do, I've been flying through the shopping district and things, and I've realised that there doesn't seem to be, or at least I don't seem to be spotting very many golden nuggets. So I'm curious to see how many people have gone to the nuggets for diamonds thing, because that, like, they all seem to be gone. And if you can't tell, I hate this ice path. I hate it with a passion, okay? I can't ride it without crashing. A lot of the nuggets seem to be gone from this area too. Like, I know where I placed a lot of them, and I can see that they're not... Okay, so there's still a few dotted around, but it does feel like this has been getting some decent... Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What? Wait, what? I'm just going to ignore that nugget there. Newly found diorite. Oh, Iskal is not going to be happy about this. I honestly don't know how I didn't notice that. I was so busy looking for nuggets in this area that I didn't even spot the gigantic text that seems to be stretching off of this lovely building that I've constructed. Dude, though, over a stack of golden nuggets have been found so far. That does mean there's 3 stacks still out in the wild, though. Hermits, if you're watching, free diamonds. It's free diamonds. I've lost my redstone box again. Honestly, I don't understand where this thing goes. I really don't understand where it goes. I found it. I've got it back, and I've been doing some thinking about this storage system. It doesn't need to be crazy at all. In fact, I'm embarrassed to even call it a storage system. I think this is all we need. And that hurts me as a storage system lover. You know, I love sorting systems, I love item transportation, I love all that stuff. But, I mean, we just don't need anything crazy. Like, I AFK at this thing for about 2 or 3 hours at a time. It gets a bunch of resources, they all end up in the chests. Bada bing, bada boom. That's it. That's all we need. Who knows, maybe a few months down the line, I might decide that we need some kind of monstrous item transportation system, maybe something that packs everything into shulker boxes and then ships them over to my base. That would be cool. But for now, we just need 11 double chests. That's it. And even though I know it makes sense, I'm still a little bit embarrassed. I know I'm pretty bad at knowing what people are selling in the shopping district, but does anyone sell spider eyes? I feel like nobody sells spider eyes, and that would be so handy. Because this is what it's come to. I'm literally just out in the field attacking spiders. It's actually quite fun. It's been years since I've done this. I normally just have farms for everything. And after one full night of spider hunting, I have managed to actually do myself pretty proud. If we just take a look at my inventory here, 49 spider eyes in total. And I somehow didn't die. That is arguably the most impressive thing. Now, if you're wondering why I'm out gathering up spider eyes, it's because we obviously need them for the fermented spider eyes that we then use in the weakness potions that we can then use to cure up our villagers. Yeah, that's right. We're getting back into the villager action. I've kind of missed it, actually. I really enjoyed working on it, even though it was frustrating. So if I take each one of these ingredients and... we now have enough to actually make a decent number of potions of weakness. Finally. Oh, we need gunpowder as well. With all that sorted, let's give this a go, shall we? So, we have got the potions of weakness loaded in. These guys have all got pretty pants trades. If we hit one of these... Oh, hang on. They need to be converted to zombies first. That would have been the most pointless thing. Okay, so... Come on, dude. Do your thing. I was gonna say, don't break on me now. Oh, he wants to attack me. Ah, that's a problem that I'm hoping has now been fixed through the use of some emergency glass panes. That should stop the pathfinding, surely. Yes, it does seem to have done. He punched a villager with a cinder block. This is good. This is very, very good. So eventually one of these guys will be converted into a zombie villager, and then all of them will convert. I really should have given this guy a better sword, or just a sword in general. He's taken ages. Yeah, I'll be honest, I gave up waiting. There must be a diamond sword in here somewhere that I picked up from end raiding. I mean, if not, we can go for an unenchanted one, but if we can get an enchanted gnarly one, that would also be pretty handy. The only slight issue that I have is that when the villagers do start getting converted, they actually pathfind towards me, so I've had to duck down into this little hole here. And that seems to be working some wonders. As long as I stay out of eyesight, we get some villager converting going on. These are all things I didn't think of in my creative mode testing world. Anyway, we now have a full set of zombie villagers. We have got all of the potions of weakness here, and I've got a bunch of golden apples, so let's do this. Hit the button, and begin the conversion process of all of them. Oh, I should probably put this zombie down, because that would have been so pointless. They all get converted to villagers and then just instantly be converted back into zombies again. Alright, so these guys are curing up, and that means that we're going to get ourselves some sweet trades. And around about 7 minutes later... Oh, that's a good one. Oh, look at this. 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald. What? I have literally... shulker boxes worth of pumpkins. That's a big deal. One melon per emerald. I don't even know what to say. Oh, that is nuts. That is total. That is just straight up bonkers. I literally don't know what to say. I mean, can you see why I'm excited now? These can all be converted into emeralds. Just straight up emeralds. That many shulker boxes worth of emeralds. Good grief. Guys, this is literally like an emerald factory. I mean, look how many emeralds I already have in my inventory, and some of these farmers they're not fully done yet. So some of them, because I ran out of potatoes and carrots because I had barely any, I actually haven't been able to increase their trades at all. So that means that I'm still kind of limited. I'm bottlenecked by this, but still, we are printing out. Look how many I've got, and that is literally in the space of like 3 minutes. Now, there is one slight thing that I didn't think about too much when I was building this thing, which is villagers getting in the way of one another when it comes to trying to access their workstations. Because sometimes, yeah, you get situations like this where I guess this guy's probably trying to pathfind somewhere over here, and they're fighting each other, and that can cause some problems with the resetting. So I'm trying to work out a good solution, but regardless, as you can see from my inventory, it's still going pretty well. I mean, the fact that I just managed to get a stack of emerald blocks in nearly no time at all, I would say is testament to how well this thing is functioning. So there we go. It's been a stressful one in terms of nothing has gone to plan today, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a huge success. I look forward to building the other designs, maybe making a few tweaks to them just to slightly improve that workstation functionality thing. But outside of that, chuffed to bits. I hope that you've enjoyed the you know what, I'm going to end it there. I don't know what happened. You have no idea how often that happens to us YouTubers. You know, we're in the middle of a sentence and just rubbish suddenly appears out of your mouth. And you just lose the ability to speak. The number of clips that I have, they get thrown away per episode. I would say it's probably about a 1 in 4 hit rate. Like, for every clip you see, there's probably 3 outtakes.